visitor sideline, their head coach. His guys still looking for that first win, 0-4 to start the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one.
To kick off for the Saints.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Here's a quick throw out to Mims. Powering his way forward. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Again, it's Harvey. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. When you look at the Saints defense, right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom charts.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Nick's going to keep this himself. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and his early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 2nd and 7. Here's Nix. The quick hitter complete. It's Sutton. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
1st and goal, Denver.
Harvey is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. And I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Or might he go for it?
Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on it.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Marvin Mims, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
7, Saints nothing.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but, boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
It's grabbed over, and right away he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A first carry for Rachaad White. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Ready. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And he takes this.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And here we go from New Orleans. Johnson with a return here. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game where wins are typically...
Keeps a man, he's running free. Arrives at the 40. R.J. Harvey. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score with that shot down the field, or they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Bronc. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Shotgun snap to Nix. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Brought in. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Harvey has the Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. This is Andre Schmidt to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Saints, nothing.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So now we get a look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. And they'll be let out by their 3rd-year signal caller.
Just knowing this quarterback in his mind said there is no question he would give up 400-some yards. He threw 4 last week for a W. Really, stats don't matter. No matter how productive you are playing that position, and boy, was he last week, it really comes down to finding a way to win. As they like to say, winners win in the end, and he and his crew got to get it done today.
Again for the first time to Rachaad White. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40.
60 by 6, 60 by...
They run the counter with White. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Off the play fake, he'll throw. His first throw is an interception. And the Broncos are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
And the Broncos, 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They get to him behind the line, Brock. Looks like they're going to lose a couple on that zone read.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Here's Nix. Now set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Great, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Saints adding an extra DB. This is 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. He's got a man left. And they bring him down around the 34.
Those are short throws. They are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will add to their score.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
And this drive will start inside the 25. This New Orleans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. Has good room at the 35. And he gets it forward to the 46-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Okay, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone in the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. They'll go play action. This is cut by Trey Palmer. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Ready.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Throwing for the back of the end zone. And his heave isn't going to be answered. That's incomplete as an exciting look ends our first quarter. We're to the end of 1. It's a 10-0 ball game. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Throwing now off the play action. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Broncos are stopped, and they're going to have the football out beyond their own 30. 1st and 10 from the 32. There's the fake. Here's Nix. He puts a Mayer under it deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 25. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were. And the QB just nailed it.
Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Nix from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. And that's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back still doing it to this day.
Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
I can pretty much guarantee you, Kate, the minute that quarterback left the pocket, that D coordinator started to hold his breath. It is so hard when you play a dual threat QB out on the run in space, especially down here.
And he's got...
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
And now, please welcome your 2028 New Orleans Saints. Blake Grupe to kick off for the Saints.
Mike Tirico in the booth with Greg Olsen and Blake Grupe on the field to get this started. Off we go from the Superdome. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
I don't think there's any way around it, Mike. I mean, this has been a disastrous start for this season. I know their expectations were clearly higher than how things have played out. At this point in the season, you just need to get a win. However it comes, whatever it looks like, you've got to change the energy.
Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game.
This is a defensive coordinator just testing the waters. How is your protection plan? Do you have a plan for any linebacker or second-level pressures? Well, I think we got the answer in this one because they had no answer for it, and you can bet he's going to continue to dial those up.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He's still on his feet. He's on his way. And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. A big-time play for the Broncos. Gains an even 70 yards. So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. He'll get a yard or two to the 8. 2nd and goal. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. On 2nd down, it's Nix. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
What once looked like a promising drive has suddenly hit a little bit of a roadblock here, Mike. They're in scoring position, yes. But now on 3rd and goal, following that 2nd down sack, this defense has a shot to come away, only giving up 3.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. That one broken up in the end zone, and it's incomplete. What great work to get those hands up there, and now it's 4th down. So the Broncos will turn things over to the field goal unit. Officially, a 29-yard attempt. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Broncos will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. And taking the snaps, quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
Well, the nice thing about the NFL, Mike, is there's always next week. If you're coming off a good game, you got to put it to bed and come back and play well again. But in this case, things could not have gone much worse for this guy last week in that performance. So this game couldn't come fast enough. He said he had a great week of practice. He was able to put that behind him mentally and physically, and they're going to need him to play a lot better if they're going to come away today with a win. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Throw left side, going to be intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone. A run with Harvey. And he's in. R.J. Harvey. Touchdown, Broncos. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. The extra point is up and good. The Broncos are out to a 10-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Saints offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. Greg, I love the evolution of the NFL. Every 3-4 years feels like things change a little bit. Right now it feels like we're in a running back, running game era. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely, and the league has such a funny way of continuing to reinvent itself. Years ago, 15, 20 years ago, Mike, this was a running back-led league. It was play action. Quarterbacks were under center. And then what offenses realized was the best way to score points is to generate explosive plays. Get a bunch of yardage all at one time because it's very hard to sustain possessions in the NFL. So as a result, they said, okay, what's the best way to generate big plays? It's to throw the ball downfield. So it became a very pass-heavy league, and then now defenses had to answer. The days of the big defensive tackles, the 260-pound Mike linebackers, everyone now on the field had to be able to defend space and defend the pass, and there was a lot more air on the field created by the defenses. So now, as a result, the offenses are saying, okay, we're throwing into all these bad looks, all these teams playing dime and multiple defensive backs. We're now going to take advantage of smaller bodies on the field, and we're going to run the ball at you. So the way I like to classify it is like offenses aren't running the ball more because they want to. Offenses are running the ball more because defenses are encouraging them to do that and saying, I dare you to run the ball 40 times this game and generate enough big plays to score enough points to beat me.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He made the field goal a moment ago. Now Groupie back out to kick it away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They had that field goal in the opening drive, the touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. This one complete to Sutton.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 4. Back to throw is Nix. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quincy Riley.
Nix's pass Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Like, ready.
The drive begins with a run by White. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
60 Eagles, go.
Now, faking the give. He'll air one out for Palmer. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
18, hide it.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Okay, ready.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10.
Here